Yeah, Muppet is a good word. If you're a young person and like, oh no, I don't like Monty Python. How dare you. Right, straight-backed man walks towards you. He's got a scroll and a lifted arm, approaching you like a message board on stilts. He says nothing, merely extends his arm, and you merely take the message as you're gestured to do. It reads that a local nobleman is looking for you, and presumably your services. You thank the messenger, but he says nothing, simply turning and stilting his way down the road. Baron Hakon von Perringer gets up and goes to his window, stops, shakes his head, and turns to his table. Takes a slow, measured seat. At first I got word that it was brigands, then I heard it were raiders from the coasts. Then the survivors began to talk. Now you know what my problem is? You shrug. Does it matter? The man raises an eyebrow. Greenskins sell sword, that's who it is. They are rampaging around Grunfelder and I need you to stop them. Does it matter now? Oh, whoopsie, I meant to say... Oh, I clicked on the wrong damn thing. I wanted to say yes, it's talk crowns. God damn it, wrong button. New mission, mate. Mate, this parrot wouldn't vum if you put 4 million volts through it. It's bleeding demised. Okay, that was a misclick. I meant to do that mission. Let's quickly do the hunt down what's terrorizing mission, just to get some seasoning here on our backline guys. Also because he would have felt useless in reserve, which I don't like. These hunt down what's terrorizing missions are actually not to be trifled with. Especially when it is the horrible, horrible, bloody, nasty wolves. So we'll take some spears out. We'll at least start with a spear wall. Not everyone needs spears. As long as it's spear, normal weapon, spear, normal weapon. A bit like this, we'll go spear. In fact, that's probably a better idea. Let's do it this way. Oh, this war side is going to be great. Chopping up nerds. Okay, so we'll accept this mission, but I think we should wait until it gets light. And we'll see if we can't find rumors. Ooh, what is this? A really pissed off nobleman told me that day that some stunty greenskin made off with his family heirloom after poisoning the trusted guard dogs. He swears they hid on the hills somewhere far from here, but I don't think he ever convinced anyone to retrieve it for him. So in the hills far from here, which is going to be one of these ones. That's going to be tough. I don't fancy doing that anytime soon. Audacious act of thievery. Okay, I thought this would have been hunt down what's terrorizing. To be paid more, I accept. In that case then we don't need the spear layout. We may as well give some missions to Bertwin and to Calcis though. Any trade goods worth buying? Nah. Anyone worth hiring? Retired soldier? We did say we wanted a retired soldier and he comes with 3 level ups. What do you guys reckon? Do we hire Edgenar? What do you think, chat? Yay or nay on Edgenar? Once a dedicated soldier in the army of a local lord, Edgenar retired after a long and exemplary service. He locked his equipment in a chest along with the memoirs of his duty, intending to never pick up on either one again. But life outside the army, as it turned out, was not for him, for he felt idle and useless. Finally, he picked up arms once more. Although he is not the brash young fighter he once was, his itch to find battle is mirrored by his capabilities to actually fight. I think we hire him and we make him a pikeman or a huskar. He is expensive for the gear he brings. I mean, his gear is not useful at all, and I mean, what we're going to be getting from him is just the fact that he's a retired soldier. But 20 per day is cheap, and he comes with 3 level ups. I mean, if he's terrible, in terms of his stars, that's 2,500 gold. You guys got to make this decision. Come on, yay or no? Well, we're going to have to come back here so we can... I'm leaning towards nade because his weapons are so crap. Yeah, nay. Some thugs, a few marksmen, and some raiders. Easy. Well, hang on. This is a daytime fight, and some marksmen. That means there could be tier 2 crossbows, which hurt like hell. I think it's one tier 2 crossbow bolt to the face, and you've got a dead person. You've got a dead soldier. Bertwin, let's just hope you don't take one of those crossbow bolts. You're behind the front line. You'll be grand. You'll be grand. We've got 3 nays and 1 yay, so the nays have it. We could try the farm ants, but also they're level 1s. What I'm tempted to do is to hire the top tier guys, and let's say we hired three top tier guys, you know, like hedge knights or retired nobles or adventurous nobles, and they're really good, but we put them in the frontline role. Then some of the less experienced frontline guys can become pikemen or huskarls. Remember, your pikemen or your huskarls don't need to be that stunning in combat, and they're actually ideal as retired soldiers because they'll have high attack value, but they won't have the higher hit points. But the lower hit points is offset by the fact that they're on the back line, so they're not going to be right in the front line tanking a lot of hits all the time. That's the theory, at least. It's also true that you've reminded me, like, I've forgotten of the fact that I should be just fishing for recruits. You know what, you're absolutely right. We'll go check out those farmhands, and if we get lucky, maybe we get some triple star guys. Militiamen are worth checking as well. They have decent starting stats. Squires are some of my favorites. They're cheap. They have plus resolve. They have plus melee skill. The thing with the farmhands is that they're never going to be super late game guys, because even once they get to level 19, I mean, they'll be good, but they won't have the kind of stats that a comparative, you know, level 11 from a different background. Jesus Christ. So, as I thought, Bertwin is just taking every single ranged weapon being thrown at him. Not surprising. Get wrecked. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Any open shots? None. Actually, that's only 18%. That wasn't worth taking. Woo! Over tiny farmhand. 3 stars in unit attack, a defensive single star in fatigue. Well, I mean, that is best case scenario. That is absolutely 100% what you want. Those stars in those skills in those amounts. I mean, but you're right. I should be fishing. I should be fishing for better characters. Because I mean, if I can get a guy like that, that'll be amazing. And as you say, he would be an absolute superstar. Thank God that missed. Oh, gruesome. I love the fact that his killing frenzy procs from a fleeing enemy. These little daggers, dude, they are scary. If this nerd hits his pierce armor skill, it's gonna hurt like hell. And that's super annoying, the fact that he gets stunned. Ouch, look at that. Get your head exploded, nerd. Oh, ouchie. Oh man, that sounds amazing. 3 fatigue without his armor on. Awesome. I'll tell you one thing. I will absolutely buy wild men whenever and wherever I find them. Wild men are amazing. Some of the highest fatigue you'll ever find. And decent stats. I mean, sure, it sucks that they can go berserk in town, but it just costs you 500 gold to pay off the villagers. Which late game, I mean, that's nothing for us. 500 gold is nothing. Oopsie, you could have attacked. Is this really going to keep us stun locked? He probably is. Oh my goodness, that missed. Get decapitated. Woo! Ah, fine shot, Julius. Well done. Nice. Three of them. Oh, there's the third guy. Oh, right. Look at this lovely line of corpses. Isn't that pretty? He's got a knife. Careful, boys. It's all first. Oh, I was going to say, do the honors. Martinez, good man. Easy game. 3 level ups. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's go get paid. Nice and easy, quick and easy mission. A level 12 on Lucius. Lucius Vorinos. Aurelius the Flower Master. +3. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, he needs fatigue. We know that. That's for damn sure. He's also so tempting to take. Hit points though. He's got 70. If I take 4 now, he won't need any more hit points again. That'll take up to like 75. Okay, good. So he's 75 is the level of hit points I want everybody to be at a minimum. Alright, Aurelius. What can we give you to help with your shitty fatigue? Think of recover, but I mean, let's say he gets maxed out, right? That let's see, he swings 9, it's 20 per turn. So he'll swing, for 3 turns in a row, he can swing twice. Swing, and that leaves him with 9 fatigue. If he uses recover, he gets 50% of 69 plus 15. So he gets 35 plus 15. So then on that following turn, he will have some amount. Without it, it just means that he gets to attack twice per turn for 3 turns, and then only once per turn after that. So he's fine for the shorter battles, but then as things really go on, he becomes a bit terrible. No, but so he's got to have underdog. Everyone has to have underdog on the front line. Yeah, underdog's going to do more to keep him alive. Have to get underdog. Dole gets level 11. Wonderful. So his hit points are fine, his fatigue is great, mini defense is great. Now we've got decisions to make. We're going to give him 2 perks. I was going to go with fast adaptation, but I think 70 is probably the absolute bare minimum that you can have without giving fast adaptation. I reckon we go Killing Frenzy and Fearsome. Good old Fearsome. Particularly because if he uses the split skill, he's hitting 2 guys in a turn, and then you know Fearsome can proc on both people that are hit by it, which makes it so good. Bertwin, level 5. He's starting to get up there. God, he's a terrible fighter though, this guy. Look at him. His fatigue is just arse. Okay, I said I want to give him fatigue and adrenaline, and I kind of meant it, but maybe this is the guy we give pole arm mastery to. Repel and hook will stagger, but he doesn't know. He's only going to use strike and reap. See, this is annoying. I mean, that's a war scythe. Really shouldn't. Okay, fine. If I take pole arm mastery, all I'm doing is taking 25% less fatigue for reap and strike, which I don't think is worth it at all. I think we have to give him anticipation and start pumping some points into range defense, because as a pikeman he needs to be on the back line. I think given the amount of money we have, it's worth fishing for farmhands that might surprise us. And remember, we're looking for another +1 pikeman, or 2 pikemen and 2 huskarls, because Bertwin is really only going to be around until we get the decoder map, and then he's a second string. He's a B team fighter. He's never going to be an A team fighter. And Picassus, look, I've called him a huskarl, but technically he's our backup sergeant. So eventually we're going to have our backup sergeant. Now, hang on, where is? We're going to have this. So here's our A team pretty much. Then backup sergeant, and then we're going to have 2 pikemen and 2 huskarls. So we're going to have 12 plus 17 in total is where our total group is going to sit at. And then depending on what we're fighting, we can just swap out the archers for the pikemen and the huskarls. Because there are some fights where we don't need ranged guys at all. What perk do I give Bertwin? Adrenaline. I mean, really, Picassus is just there in case Alexander dies. Then we can go back to Picassus. And we use Picassus, which buys us time to get a new sergeant, a replacement sergeant trained up. So the best one man will close to never get as much melee attack, good fatigue and resolve altogether. That game it'll be important. Some of them will eventually. Well, the thing is, I forget who it was that made the point. So getting stars and the skills you need them is only half the equation. I mean, if you get a farmhand who has 3 stars in melee skill, that's awesome. But if his starting melee skill is 40, he's going to be comparable to someone who had 50 or 55 melee starting skill, but only 1 star. What I'm saying? I mean, you can still get them and they can still be useful, but the stars is only half the equation for a perfect fighter. You need the star distribution you want, and you need a decent enough starting value. Also, we don't have any flail specialists, which kind of sucks. Because even now, 130 days into the campaign, we're still coming up against some enemies, raiders usually, that don't wear helmets. We've only got the 1 flail master. Oh, that's fine. But then again, Wolfric, you're making a good point, because there's a cost-benefit analysis. I mean, like hiring and firing farmhands is dirt cheap, and there aren't any to hire you now here typically. What missions have we got here? What are you prepared to pay? 1,000 gold. Fine, I accept. Hunt down more terrorizers. B team. Let's go. What is the armor situation? That'll be fine. No one is injured. Let's do it. I mean, 140 days in, direwolves, 11 of them is scary. Ooh, and it's the raiders. Okay, interesting. This could be great. So, all of these guys that have the chainmail, I want all that chainmail. If I can get 5 sets of the chainmail, wolf chainmail, that'll be amazing. Then all my backline can use wolf chainmail. So that guy we're going to dagger. So dagger, 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 and then just murder the rest. We've got to fall back though. We can't let them attack with height advantage. Well, look, Wolfric, I think you make a good point. I mean, we absolutely can't afford to fish for a hedge knight. And I mean, buying a hedge knight is such a gamble. I mean, if you spend, realistically, you're going to be spending 6 or 7 grand on a hedge knight because he comes with such good gear. And I know what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. I'll hire my first hedge knight, and he's going to have asthmatic and all the horrible, most useless skills, and he's going to have the stars in ranged skill, probably. Calling it now. Absolutely what's going to happen. Yeah. Like, I think we'll go for a middle ground. We'll keep fishing for cheap characters to see if we get any, you know, obvious superstars. Because, I mean, as you've seen, we've struggled to even find a hedge light. Okay, boys, get in there. Oh, that's a bad miss. Come on, team. What is going on here? This is no bueno. No bueno at all. See, we got to murder this dude quick as we can. And Lucius, he's still got his spear out. God damn it. This is annoying. Can't I just attack just these two? Grimold with the spear out. Oh. Oh damn, this guy's wearing chain. I need that. Okay, so dagger this guy, kill. I think that guy's wearing chain. I do wish there was an easier way to tell exactly what they're wearing. I've got to break the shields to see what armor they've got. See, this is why I like having adrenaline on my pikemen, because they get to use adrenaline for like 2 or 3 turns. Because I mean, all did was attack there, which cost him 15 fatigue, which he just regenerates up, so he's fatigue neutral. He's only attacking once per turn. Yes, so I think there's 3 of these guys have chain. There's 1, 2, and this just looks like leather armor. Leather armor. I think one of these guys here has chain as well. There's 3. 1, 2, and 3. You cheeky bugger. Right, I'll do you for that. You what? You heard me. Ah! Oh, a headshot. He should bleed to death in the next turn then. No open shots. No clear shots. Nice. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Great work. Let's of course keep your shield up. You've got 3 nerds on you. God damn it, shields. Okay, good. So that fight's won now. These two will just dagger him down. Everybody else, move south. Cheeky bugger. I really hope we can get all 3 sets of this chain. I mean, it's 130 armor as opposed to 150 on the full mail we've got already. But I think the lowering of the resolve is more worth it. And it's a little bit lighter as well. And 150 armor is still plenty for an archer. Come on, guys. What's your... yeah, Bits of Fuss has an actual mace, what he should be using. I missed. That's better. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Golda. Right, so you Twinkle Toes there, and then Aurelius goes in and pops his head open to the mace. Good man. Dagger time. Glad that missed. Those maces actually hurt like hell. Come on, Martinez. Cheeky dagger. Oh, miss. Ooh. Close. On one of my offline campaigns, I actually had a dagger specialist. I took the starting character that I had and made him a dagger specialist. The guy who's got 2 stars in melee skill, and he's actually a friggin' beast. Dagger specialist is amazing, and I mean, if I start a new playthrough, I will 100% make that very first starting companion who has the 2 stars. I'll make him a dagger specialist because it's so useful for so long. Because right in the beginning, when you have so many situations where you're looking to dagger someone down to get their armor, that's his job. And I mean, right from like day 7, he's got dagger specialist, and he's able to just you know, pick a target, just dagger them down so quick, and you get so much armor that way. It was absolutely worth doing, and I'll 100% do it again. Oh, whoopsie. Thought this guy was dead already. Stupid. Get over there, boys. Stabby stab time. Oh, gruesome. And archers can just back off now. Almost got him surrounded here. Oh, he's fleeing. I think we better take the precaution of giving him the old net. Stick him, boys. Oh, look at that damage. I mean, these daggers do not do no damage. Look at this. Too exhausted. No space. No need to dagger, he's surrounded now. So let's take a look at that. That did 29 damage and did pierce chest. And look, he's been hit twice with the dagger and got 2 injuries. The other thing worth pointing out about starting with a dagger specialist is that your dagger specialist almost invariably inflicts a wound every time he stabs someone. So if he's in the line and he's got like multiple guys in front of him, he stabs the one, gives him a wound, stabs the other one, gives him a wound, which is not only a debuff, but then the brothers on his left and right, you can take Executioner on them, and then their damage gets buffed by your dagger guy. So, oh nice, we got all 3. 140, wow, it's more than I thought. Awesome. So having a dagger specialist is absolutely worth it. Just remember, the guy who you make a dagger specialist is going to need loads of fatigue. Because if you're using the stab quite a lot, it's 15 fatigue per stab, and you do it 3 times a turn, that's 45 fatigue every turn. If there's ever someone you're going to give recover to, it's a dagger specialist. Rightio. So, archers. Well, look at that extra fatigue, it's minus 13 as opposed to minus 18. Oh yeah, that's well worth it. Wonderful. Unfortunately there's an odd number though, we need one more of these. Who's got the best range defense? 43 Elecora, so he can just use the direwolf hide armor. Nice la. And now we've got 4 bloody sets of male Hauberk going spare. I quite like the black and the red. Do I need this direwolf hide armor? I don't think so. I'll fort men. Oh wow, that's used all our tools. I think we can get a better price than that. I think this might be a situation where I actually pay to get the armor fixed rather than using tools. It's going to be tough to find the tools we need. Oh, for goodness sake! I was reading chat when I got attacked by frickin' brigands. It's a swarm of the... Ooh, there's a coat of scales on that guy! That's a hedge knight. Okay, this is actually scary because we have some damaged armor on the front line, so not everybody is in fight. Look at this. So Grimold is in no fighting shape. However, if we can get that coat of scales by using daggers. So what this has done is this has reminded me that I should actually not be avoiding brigands. Whenever a group of brigands has a leader or a hedge knight in the description, you should fight them for exactly this reason. I mean, we were never going to afford the 10,000 gold to be able to buy a coat of scales. But throw a net in this guy, dagger him to death, free coat of scale. Decent hat as well. Well, before we can get stuck into him, we need to just take care of all of these nerds. Oh, almost got the hat trick. Yes, Mark Anthony. He's an absolute mofo. Oh my word. 49%, 42. Let's see what's his best shot he can take. 50. Let's take 240s. Let's think about this a little bit. So they have to cross a little bit of low ground there, so we actually need to... Let's see. So Skippy, you stay where you are. Lars will have to move to that square, and that'll be fine. So I think we sort of move towards here with everyone else, just to claim this bit of the area. And that's a noble sword as well. Oh, Martinez, you absolute monster. Oh, that sounds so painful, that cleaver. Right, so we don't actually have our Huskar. That was a mistake. I should have put Scipio next to this Hedge Knight so I can break his shield. Oh, it's not the attack to miss, Spitzelfuss. Yeah, that Hedge Knight just has all-round amazing gear. This is a substantial fight though, this is not something I should be taking lightly, and I'm not taking it lightly. On the plus side though, ouch, god damn it! Fuck's sake. Who died there? That was... Grimold. Okay, he was marked for replacement anyway, but the losses are starting to become a problem now. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I expect this resolve to break before we start daggering him. I expect all of his allies to start fleeing. God damn it, another loss. Fuck's sakes. Super duper, that's a terrible miss. Kill this fucking pikeman. It was the pikeman who did most of the damage to kill Grimold there. Genuinely irritated about this, particularly because I didn't choose this fight. They just ran at us while I wasn't paying attention. I was checking bloody chat. Oh, hang on. Sorry guys, I forgot to move my camera and the setup. I've been playing like this for a while now. See, this is the setup I need for oxygen is not included. Whoopsie, sorry about this, boys. It's a nighttime fight, so 3 of our 4 archers are suffering from minus 30% accuracy. So I would go to my dagger, but then I lose the defensive bonus from reach advantage. But does it really matter? I got... yeah, it's 5 extra defense. I want to get stabbing on this guy. Get shit mixed. Destination fucked. Population that guy. Oh, he's wavering. Of course he breaks out of it first try. So it's disappointing that we lost Grimold. But overall, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we're going to be getting a coat of scales out of it, so... We've lost a brother who was marked for replacement in any event. And we've just gained 10,000 gold worth of armor. I mean, I'm assuming we're going to get it, but I can't see why we wouldn't. Anytime you're ready, boys. These kite shields are annoying. Do you have a dagger, Alexander? There must be a dagger on the floor here somewhere you can pick up. Cheeky. Still got a fair amount of work to do to surround this guy. Cover 2 more spaces there. Also, we've got to surround him before the dog gets involved, because the bloody dog will try to surround him. Oh my god, die! His morale's gonna start dropping as we start getting these stabs in. Hey, look at that. That looks and sounds so painful. Ouchie. Cheeky git. He's making a break for it. Oh, I killed my dog, you bastard. Just let him go. I'm only interested really in this raider, in the hedge knight. Sorry. He's close. Okay, boys, before he flees, just around him. That's fine. If we don't get the armor, I'm gonna be so butthurt. Oh, we know we're gonna get the sword, which is great. It's a tier 3 noble sword. Nothing to sniff at. Come on, give us the run them down, it's over message. Under the circumstances, well fought, men, but yeah, I started off by saying one of our guys is injured. I've got to be careful with him, and then I proceeded to not be careful with him. Which at this point I think we can refer to as pulling a Stobbie. Classic. Oh, coat of scales, 300 armor. Yeah, boy! And closed flat cap with mail. That makes me very, very happy. Now let's not leave the post-battle screen without taking our spoils. Which I've done before, by the way. All of that's junk, we don't need it. Look at that BEA beautiful armor. Level 9 Sergeant. Excellent. Fatigue +4. Very nice. Okay, what do we got here? I think I've got to go for Battle Forged. And we don't even have a replacement to put on that front line. We've got a pikeman and a backup sergeant. Neither of which I want to put in the front line. We'll head down to that city and we'll get ourselves a replacement. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be Lars who will be best placed to be able to wear this armor. So let's look. 86 with lamellar harness and kettle hat. So if we go for the full 7 fatigue less, and that is seriously impressive armor now. I'm so stoked with that. And we've got armor good to go for another raider. And we've got a weapon good to go for another raider. Look at these swords, that's beautiful. These swords are going to come in so useful when we're fighting like groups of zombies and noctiers and stuff. We will chop through them so quick. Ah, excellent. I can't believe we have this amount of spare amazing armor. Like, I mean, we've spent so long struggling to get decent armor. And now we have this just sitting in spare. Things have really turned around, boys. That is true. The lamellar armor for the fatigue, it's not a great amount of armor, but 230 is very, very good. Okay, come on, give us someone good here. Egil, Hildebert, Hugo, Guntram, Sir Otto. I reckon we give Sir Otto a try. I mean, we're not going to use any of his gear, but I mean, I don't want to hire any of these guys. Like, sellsword's great, but look at how terrible their gear is. I'll give the apprentice a try. Well, I'll fish for apprentices, because eventually we're going to be getting a sellsword and a retired soldier. And apprentices get an event where they learn. They get like +4 melee skill and melee defense. He's faint-hearted, he's drunk, the damage is nice, the fatigue is nice, but he doesn't have the skills we need. So we'll just leave him. Nah, he's terrible. Get out of here, nerd. What else can we fish? A rat catcher? Never. I'm happy to try an adventurous noble, but again, he's carrying all that money is in his gear, which we don't need, so it's a waste. Leonard the Betrayer. Deserters have nice melee values, but they have terrible resolve. So you have to pump so much into their resolve. So the ox. Let me just check the wiki. The ox is, I think it's either it's the tough or the strong ability under attributes. And the traits. Where is this? Oh, this wiki is tough to use. Backgrounds. Oh, for goodness sake. I think it's under traits. There you go, the ox. Strong, possibly brute. So strong is plus fatigue, so that's great. I'm willing to give him a try. What do you guys think? Yay or nay on Sir Otto? So like 3k for a sellsword is great. I mean, he's going to have plus 10 to his melee skill, but he's expensive. And I mean, if his stars aren't where we need them to be, I think should we give Sir Otto and Guntram a go? I mean, that's 7,000. That leaves us with 3,000, and then we can effectively have Aurelius as a B team frontline person, because he's not great with only 67 fatigue. I reckon we give them both a try. Ooh, Hugo the Lucky is tempting, but it's very expensive. Okay, so we'll try Guntram and we'll try Sir Otto. Let's see what do we have here. So Guntram the Impaler has, oh, disappointing, nothing in fatigue, no stars in fatigue, stars in range defense, which is useless, and he's got a star in melee skill. So this means he can be a Huskal as a backline, or he can be a pikeman or Huskal. I think I want to go for Huskal. Which could actually be great. Let's see, we've got level 11, level... Oh god, we don't need all these archers, so Martinez is going to be a B team archer, and he can sit it out. So here's what's going to happen with Guntram. He's going to keep getting leveled up. He's going to get student, and he's going to get adrenaline to start. So he'll be a dedicated shield breaker and then an attacker. And I reckon we'll be able to keep him alive quite well. We'll get anticipation. We'll get X mastery, then the usual stuff. Eventually he'll have adrenaline and berserk and killing frenzy. So he cracks a shield, uses adrenaline, in the next turn gets an attack off, kills someone, goes berserk, gets another attack off. He can use footwork if he gets caught into melee combat. Too low base resolve for sergeant. We don't need a sergeant. We've got Alexander is a totally fine sergeant. Look at him, 135 resolve. He's fine. And for a sergeant, you need stars in fatigue, ideally, like this, just to be able to have enough fatigue to be able to use his rally ability. And we've got a backup sergeant. So as a Huskarl, he needs fatigue, he needs melee skill, he needs range defense. He needs... His hit points are too low, but we will... Oof, he's going to be dangerous, this guy. I almost can't bear to look at our disowned noble. Oh, he's a brute, that's awesome. But he doesn't have stars anywhere good. He's got stars and hit points. Look at how horrible his fatigue is. Good God, man. If we make him a raider, why don't we make him an axe raider? Because the two-handed axe hits the head and the body, and then I think when it hits the head, it'll do plus 15 damage on a hit to the head. So Otto is going to be an axe raider. And plus 2 there, he needs melee defense, and we have to change this -5, I think. Let's just get him to neutral range defense. We go for student, and then on him I'm going to try my quote-unquote new pessimist. Who's pessimist? Oh yeah, pessimist sucks. But he's got 45 resolve, that's okay. So for Sir Otto, the X-Raider, and by the way, we need stout Roman names for these new guys who are joining us. So Guntram needs to be renamed, and Sir Otto needs to be renamed. But on Sir Otto, we are going to take quick hands at the next level, so he can start right from the beginning with a wooden shield. I know this is going to give him horrendous fatigue, but it's just important that he stays alive. In fact, he's not useful like this at this level, so let's do this. Let's give him a pike. Sorry, I missed that notification. Let's take a look, see who's followed. Get311, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Camelot. Tis a silly place. That's exactly what I was thinking, yeah. Keep him on the back line for a couple of level ups. So Julius, who is a B-team archer. So our B-team archers are going to be sidelined for a little while, which I'm actually totally fine with. And then when we are up against an enemy type that will benefit from us having 4 archers, we will do so. And we'll just go to sort of like a hybrid build for the moment. Rightio. Race Master, X Master. Yep, this is nice now, so these guys will have the benefits of having Guntram behind them, cracking shields, and they can just go to work. So two backup archers, we've got a backup sergeant, we've got 1 backup pikeman. So we're still in the market for another Huskarl and another 2 pikemen, or 1 pikeman. Quintus Rabanus as a name, maybe, thank you. We'll definitely use that. Quintus, let's give it here. Quintus. Rabanus. Why are you giving 2 U's there? And then there was a very cool name from the Rome TV series, Agrippa. I forget what his first name was. It Marcus Agrippa or something like that. Rome, IMDb, full cast and crew. Who played Agrippa? Marcus Vespanius Agrippa. What an awesome name. Played by Ellen Leach. So we'll go with Vespanius Agrippa. Although I don't think Vespanius Agrippa is going to fit. Let's go for Marcus Agrippa, who, if you remember from the series, was Octavian's, I think it was primary advisor, but I think they were lovers as well. Marcus Vespanius Agrippa. Tool to use. I think I changed it. No, there you go. Oh, there you go. I think this is my wireless keyboard letting me down. Quintus. That's wrong, hang on. Quintus Rabanus. Okay. The X-Rider. I like how we're sort of changing tack with our team and going to sort of a new tactical loadout. I like it. And I like the fact that we got these two noble swords in backup. With 63 attack value, I'm wondering if I can't justify going for the bullhook. Why not? That does mean I need to have a long axe on the shopping cart. We'll either buy one for him. Oh, so he's an axe rider. That's right. We need a two-handed axe, which I'm confident we'll be able to afford at some point. Okay, we need to sell some unnecessary junk here. That's a good price. That's a good price. Junk, 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 all junk. Am I ever going to use the ancient blade? I don't think so. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boar spears, but no more. That's junk. That is junk. As is that. Oh no, I needed that axe, damn it, for my Huskal. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4 is enough. You don't need all these. That's unbelievably, these are all junk. Look at this armor. Okay, let's take a look at the headgear here. 230, 230, 130, 250, 215, 250. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, go ahead with that setup. 250, 130, 215, 230. I feel like that's not enough fatigue. Yeah, whatevs. .47 fatigue is fine. I mean, he's only going to be using 15 fatigue per turn anyway. He's going to be fatigue neutral for his first few turns. Let's just give him the hardest armor we can and make sure he stays alive. Woof! Woof! What's annoying is we've selected the win the war for one of the noble houses, excuse me, objective, but now we've taken a few hits and our team is a little bit behind, so we're making it very difficult to be able to actually help with the war effort. So we will keep fishing for missions. If we can get missions that are one skull and help with the war effort, or more of those raiding missions, those were comparatively easy, we'll do those. But I don't think we're going to be partaking in a serious battle anytime soon. I'm just unequipping this stuff because I want this armorer to fix it for us. Phew, that was expensive. 5.7 for scale armor is a bit much. It's better than the regular pike. Well, the thing the bladed pike is better against armor. I've already sold it anyway. Although, let's be honest, I mean, we've got a skirmish, we've got a war scythe, for God's sake. I think we should be using the war scythe rather than the bullhook. Just for its triple swing ability. What was I thinking of? Of course, it's got to be the war scythe. The war scythe is amazing. So, how much armor damage? 57 to 84, as opposed to 9, because this is way better against armor, but it doesn't have... Does this have plus chance to hit? It doesn't. But I think the fact that you can use Reap is just too good to turn down. Can hit up to 3 targets. How awesome is that? Reap gains plus 5 chance to hit. Hell, I might even make, instead of a pikeman, I can make him a war scythe user. Not Marcus though, I mean, yeah. Bertwin, maybe we can turn him into a war scythe user. A war scyther. Who's missing this lamellar harness, I wonder? Okay, we need to get some work done. I'll just do a quick check, a quick weapons check. Okay, good, standard loadout, that's good. Oh, but you don't need to start with that out. That's good, I like that. That's good. If I really wanted to be quite picky, I could start buying roundels wherever I find them. So just so that it improve the dagger stabbing ability. Hello, hello. Nice and cheap too. Do I buy the long axe right now? I don't think so, no. Oh, 11 of 12. Good, we can get someone else in. In that case, Bertwin, the war scyther, can get some extra seasoning. And I think we can head north and start fishing for farmhands. I don't mind this setup at all, although I am tempted just to buy a second long axe just to break shields. But I mean, we've got Scipio who's an axe master, and you saw how he makes short work of axes anyway. Okay, enough talk. Let's go kill things. Who do I give this dagger to though? Sorry, we're almost ready to get back out there. Whoever has the highest attack value. I think 82 on Scipio. Or Lucius. Okay, Scipio. You have the honor of carrying the roundel. We need a round shield here, I'll have to remember that. And I might want to swing to one of the fishing villages and go buy some nets. Yeah, the armor damage on the bladed pike is amazing, that's for sure. I mean, you can't beat the bullhook's armor damage, but if it misses, it does 0. Oh, hang on, I've been recording for an hour. Let's take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll keep finding some work.